Vegas, you can't have escaped the national obsession with boxing. Here to talk about that and his next personal challenge in the ring is the undisputed world cruiserweight champion, David, the Haymaker Haye. Welcome to the show, mate.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm good. Nice and healthy. Happy.
You were out last night, weren't you?
Yeah, so I was out a little bit, yeah, so...
So you still do all that, even with all the intensive training? You still
I'm not in intensive training at the moment.
Right.
I'm not fighting probably till end of March, early April, so I can enjoy my Christmas and do my thing.
Now, I was speaking to you on the phone a few weeks ago, actually before the Hatton fight, and you were saying glory time for British boxing at the moment.
Yeah. You had Ricky Hatton going in, obviously, before the fight. You had I just won the undisputed cruiserweight title, which no British fighter in history has ever won. You had Joe Calzaghe, he's the undisputed super middleweight champion, did something at Nigel Bain off Chris Eubank.
Personality of the year,
Won
didn't
Sports
he?
Personality of the Year.
And his dad got the trainer
His
one,
dad,
isn't
you know,
that fantastic?
so boxing, you got Amir Khan doing his thing, knocking people out in one round, looking great. And it was all set up for Hatton. It was all set up for Hatton to go out there and do the impossible. He had the biggest task of all of us, going out there to fight pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, pound for pound the best fighter in the world, bar none. He came close, but it was just really gutting. The guy was just a bit too slick for him.
It was very slick.
How gutted were you watching it?
I was screaming. I thought it was the referee as well, didn't help him. The referee was...
The first couple of rounds, it was just interfering all the time.
I know, just constantly nagging. It was on Hatton's case, constantly nagging. I was screaming.
That's a real problem in boxing, isn't it? An away fixture, like in America. If you get a big fight in America, you know you've got the odds against you, haven't you?
My fight, I had to go and win the world title from a Frenchman in France, in Levallois, his hometown. You know, he had 7,000 of his fans. I had about 50. They only allowed me 50 tickets. So obviously it was all set up for him. They had big banners of him everywhere. I was just the opponent, but I had to mess up their script and go out there and knock him out.
It wasn't.
They
had a big banquet after it. They had congratulations, Mormek after it. Had plates with his name on it. And I went in there and everyone's just looking at me like, OK, you really messed tonight up for us. And I was like, OK, it's a fight, it's a boxing match. You've got to go out, I've got to go and knock this guy out. And I did, so it's tough. It's a tough task going out there in someone's back garden because everything's against you. The judges, the referees.
He knocked you, didn't he?
He knocked me down.
The
guy knocked me down. And the crowd went crazy. Everyone thought, OK, it's going to plan now. This English guy's come over here wearing his big Union Jack shorts. Yeah, he's playing the number 2 guy here. But I had to get up and show some heart and dig in.
I think we might have a shot from there. There you go.
There you go. That was right before. That's the Haymaker right there. That is the Haymaker.
And that is where your name comes from. That
David Haye, the Haymaker. There you go. That shot hit right behind the ear and sort of ripped. He done some serious damage to the poor lad anyway. But he was undefeated in 10 years. He only lost one fight, which he got revenge. He revenged that loss. He was world champion for 5 years. So he was like, everyone thought I was going to lose that fight.
What I find weird about you, though, is because, you know, I know you quite well now, and you're a really nice, gentle sort of guy, aren't you? Yeah. When you get in that ring, as I say, when I watched you, you've had one heavyweight fight, and I came to watch that, and it was down in Wembley, and you were like a caged tiger or something walking around you. How do you get yourself into that?
It's something I've done since I've been a little kid. It's really strange. Outside, everyone says that you don't act like a fighter. You don't. Because I don't need to prove myself, because I know as soon as I get into the ring, that's what I just switch. And all that nice guy goes out the window and I turn into an assassin. I just want to do anything and everything to just tear the guy's head off. Honestly, I don't think about, literally, I can walk into the ring, I'm cool. As soon as I get through the ropes and I look round and see the guy's face, I'm thinking, this guy wants to do me in. This guy's going to really try and...
I get the same thing when
it's kill or be killed. And you're in there looking at the guy and you know that he's trained his whole life to smash you up. So you've got to come with something. And that feeling, it's the only feeling in the world that gets me that charged up. And all your senses heighten. Everything get really sort of, you can sort of hear a pin drop. I can actually, through all the crowd, the only voice I can hear is my coach's. It's really weird. It's like
you kind of go into the zone.
I sort of go into all I can hear, everyone could be screaming, all I could hear is his instructions.
Really?
And the booth, my trainer and manager, all I can hear is what he's saying. It's really weird. And obviously the referee.
But what I really want to understand, you're going to move up to heavyweight, but why, if you're doing so well at the weight you're at now?
Because I'm naturally 16.5 stone. That's my natural weight. And I get down to 14 stone 4 for the weigh-in. And between the weigh-in and the fight, I put on 15 pounds. So in just over 24 hours, I put on 15 pounds. because I'm that big for the weight, and it's
but you won't be a big heavyweight though, will you?
I'll be as big or bigger than Muhammad Ali or George Foreman.
Oh, right, okay.
So in boxing terms, but if you look at some of the guys now, you got this big guy Vladimir Klitschko, who's 6'6" and 19 stone. He's an absolute lump.
But how do you fight somebody that's that tall and that big?
You've got to get in and out. You don't want to start wrestling. Yeah, you got to get in and land your shots and run around the ring. Because
like Hatton was doing.
They're big, but they're slow. And the whole thing with me is being able to be fast. I'm a fast for a cruiserweight, which is 14 stone 4. I'd be fast if I was 10 stone. And these heavyweights, they're big, they punch hard. So as long as you don't get hit by them, I'm all right.
How big was Lennox then when he was
Lennox was 6'4½", and in his peak he was about just under 17 stone.
So you'd be giving away a stone to someone
yeah,
like
something
him,
like that. It's about a stone like that.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. Yeah.
It's a lot.
If you look at Ricky Hatton, he was giving away a little bit of weight. Then he went up 6 pounds, and you could see the difference. You know, he went up out of his natural weight, only a few pounds, and you could just see how much bigger the guy was than him.
Yeah.
So in the heavyweight, I could potentially be giving away 4 stone to somebody. There's a big guy called Valuev who's 7'2" and 24 stone. And he's a beast from the East, they call him. He's a huge guy, used to be world champion, and I'll probably have to fight him at some stage.
So is it a real risk then?
It's a massive risk, yeah,
because
he's
you're
a giant. He's huge. He's huge, but he's been beaten before by a guy who was smaller than me, the guy that beat him, simply because the guy sort of ran in there, jumped up, hit him, and ran around the ring, and the guy's swinging away and just missing, he's rolling underneath.
What does your mum think, though, when you say you're going to get in the ring? I mean,
she's been used to it because I've been competing since I was 10, so she's used to seeing her little baby.
You started at the age of 3 or something,
I started doing combat sports when I was 3 years. I did a lot of karate and stuff like that, but I only started boxing when I was 10.
Right.
And so she's used to me getting in there and fighting guys. I think the worry's over, but obviously it's her baby in the ring there, swinging away, fighting. Because as time goes on, I fight these bigger and bigger and bigger guys, and these guys' records are like 38 fights, unbeaten, some of them. So they're...
Does she come to the fights?
Yeah, she comes to all the fights there. You can see her in the background, covering her face.
You see Ricky Hatton's parents and his girlfriend.
Similar sort of thing, sort of hiding behind her hands.
Funny story, you used to skip, didn't you, in your living room and wore your mum's carpet out.
We can buy a new carpet now, I'm sure.
Yeah. When I'm watching football, I always think, I want to get out there and play. When you were watching the Hatton fight the other night, are you thinking to yourself, I want to be in the ring now?
I was going crazy. I really was. I got more nervous for Hatton's fight than I do my own fights. You know, when I'm going to fight somebody, I don't get nervous because I know it's all on me. I know that I can think to myself, I've done the training. You know, I've spent 17 weeks in isolation, training, focusing, running, eating good food, living healthy. But I don't know what Hatton's done. You know, so I'm just thinking, okay, what happens if he bobs when he should weave or duck when he should dive? I can't control it, and it's really gut wrenching. I was watching him. And my stomach's I've got all butterflies, I'm sweating. I'm supposed to be cold. I was supposed to be the pundit on the fight, and I'm shaking. It was crazy.
Well, I think that one of the worst things I ever did was come and watch you fight. Cause, you knocked him a guy out in the first round, didn't you? But I went and watched him fight, and I'm just like so nervous when you actually watch someone you know in the ring.
Because it was my first heavyweight fight. That was against Thomas Bonin. He had 38 fights. He only lost one of them, and that was a dodgy sort of loss. So, and he was the first heavyweight I was fighting. He was ranked number 11 in the world at heavyweight, and everyone's like, "Why are you fighting this heavyweight? You a nutter? Why don't you just fight?"
Come to the next fight.
You got to come to the next fight. Get your front row seats. Got to come and watch it. It's a good night's entertainment.
David will be staying with us and taking your emails along with Griff Rhys-Jones. If you've got a question to ask them, and you can ask them anything at all, send us an email via the BBC website, bbc.co.uk/food.
Right, now time for Deja Vu and a brilliant clip of TV Gold. Can you guess which of this particular episode